And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Man, we got a good one. Both of these teams 2-1 heading into week 4. Cardinals obviously coming off a last second loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Literally last second field goal. It would have either been San Francisco falling to 2-1 and Arizona going to 3-0, but fortunately, man, San Francisco able to get it done at the end there. So, and then Seattle, man, their offense in week 1 it looked rough, but the last 2 weeks, this Seattle offense has been amazing, man. Sam Darnold looks like the Sam Darnold of last year, minus the final 2.5 weeks. Man, dude, they have looked really dang good. So if you guys are ready, man, we are about to have a great matchup. All right, let's go. We got some people in the chat already. David Stegosaurus, good evening, happy Thursday. And it is time for root for the Seahawks to get a win. Yeah, man. Oh, man, dude, it's for the Seahawks, they just got to keep going, man. Their defense, it's the secondary has been dealing with some issues. But for the most part, they're still a top half defense. Their offense, like I said, has been taking off. Hopefully that continues. And for the Cardinals, man, they were looking good for the first 2 weeks, and then last week, they still looked pretty solid. But you knew there's something about that offense that is just not working completely. Also, that defense is not really performing well. I think for the majority of the rankings, they're at the near the bottom, not the very bottom, but they're on the second half, bottom second half of the NFL defensively. So that team is going to be competitive, but they really got to be able to get some things figured out. Otherwise, I think they're going to start losing ground in a very, very competitive NFC West. We got Cam. What's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. I need JSN to do good. Absolutely, man. And Jigba, he's been one of the, at least in terms of fantasy, he's been one of the top, I think, top 5 receivers in the NFL. So if it should continue, man. Sam Darnold likes to throw the ball down the field, and I think Jack Smith and Jigba has been, I think, obviously his most reliable target to this point. So I doubt it would change this week against a Cardinals defense that, for the most part, seem vulnerable defensively. So probably gonna have a decent night. We got Dahlia. Hello, everybody. Happy night of football. Let's go, Captain Mickey Mouse. Also in here. Didn't they kick off already? No. Kickoff is at 7:15. 7:15. So we got about a minute and a half before kickoff here. But yeah, man, thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. How's your week been? And let me know what your predictions are for this game. Do you think Seattle's offense and that team kind of on the upturn here, are they going to be able to continue and move to 3-1? Or do you think the Cardinals going to maybe pull off a little mini upset here and kind of get back on track? Yeah, man. Again, this Cardinal team last week, if San Francisco misses that field goal, we would be talking about an undefeated Arizona Cardinals team playing tonight. Dave, they have like 2 hours, I think. I'm a little confused right now, but yeah, they are about to kick it off right now in just about a minute or so. Probably within the next minute. So we will see. But once again, it is a primetime game, so we do not have the lights on just yet, man. We got to earn those lights. Hopefully these offenses are willing to give us some points early on in this game. But talking about the Arizona Cardinals defense, we talked about that kind of in the second bottom half here. But for the Seahawks, not dominant, not a top 10 defense, but they are ranked I think 12th or 13th in the NFL. And the kick is away. It'll be caught at the 2. Arizona going to start with the ball here to the 15, to the 20. Breaks a tackle and gets it across the 25 down near the 27. And that is the receiver Dortch with a nice little kickoff is 8:15 Eastern time. So yeah, so in my time zone it's 7:15. 7:15. All right. All right, man. Kyler Murray coming out. He's had a quiet start to the year, but he's been efficient. He has not been as erratic as we've seen him in the last couple of years. All right. Cardinals in the 5 receiver set. Murray alone in the shotgun takes the snap, throws to the left right away, trying to get Marvin Harrison Jr. He's across the 30 and down near the 34. And that is another player that has had I don't even want to say quiet, I think a disappointing start to the year. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. We know last year he had a underwhelming rookie season. I think everybody was expecting him to have like a Jamar Chase, Jefferson type of season as a rookie, but that's usually the exception to the rule. But so far it's been pretty quiet here. 2nd and 2, Murray throws to the left, gets his tight end Trey McBride, who burst onto the season last year, man. Ended up being one of the top tight ends in the NFL. I think he finished with like over 100 catches on the season. All right, let me see here. David. Hi, Cam. Hi, Dalit. Let's go. Hi, Captain. Let's go. Yeah. We got the whole crew here tonight, man. I love it. Let's go. We got 1st and 10. Ball just past the 40. Murray under center. Single back in the backfield. Hands it off. This running back, Trey Benson, the backup. Actually, I should say the starter now, because unfortunately James Conner, who was Arizona's #1 running back, unfortunately was injured last week, and it was a season-ending injury for James Conner, who has been such a dang great running back since he came to Arizona. So it's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can heal up and get back to it next year. But Trey Benson with a carry, nothing on that one. So 2nd and 10, coming out, ball at the 41. Shotgun, hands it off. No, he's going to keep it. And he will pick up about 2 or 3 yards there. That was Kyler Murray with the QB keeper. Hey, Captain Mickey Mouse, I picked Buffalo again this week. It's a safe choice, man. That's a smart choice, in my opinion. Buffalo, especially against New Orleans. Yeah, man, it's that whole team in New Orleans is still trying to, I think, field a competitive team. So yeah, I think Buffalo is a safe choice. All right, we got 3rd and 7, ball at the 44. Kyler in the shotgun with a running back to his left, receiver in motion, pressure by Seattle, and he's gonna throw it deep down the field, but it'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to number 14. And that was to Michael Wilson, man, a 3rd-round pick in 2023 out of Stanford. David rooting for a pick 6 so the lights can come on. Absolutely, man. Let's get these lights on. Dude, that throw by Murray, man, that thing just floated in the air forever. I was surprised that Wilson just wasn't able to adjust to it in time. And the punt is away, and it'll be fair caught inside the 15, down near the 13 for Seattle. And that is where Sam Darnold and this ascending offense will take off. It's the Bills, New Jersey. Oh, they get the New Jersey coming up this week? Heck yeah. Let's go. Let me see here. Oh, okay, it's gonna be next week. Okay, right on, right on. Heck yeah. Week 5, they used them. All right, right on, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, the injury that James Conner was a foot injury, not an ankle injury, and he's already apparently had the surgery, but unfortunately, that means his season is done. All right, looks like we're coming back here, man. Let's go. All right, we got Sam Darnold under. Well, actually, no, he's in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left here. It's going to be a toss to the right to the running back. It's going to try and get some positive yardage, and nothing on that one, man. 2nd and 10 from the 14 coming up. Kenneth Walker with the run. All right, we got a hurry up offense here. Single receiver to the right. Darnold alone in the shotgun. Quick throw to that left side. And he's got a first down and more going down the field, man. Woo! Yeah, there was 4 receivers on that side, man. And obviously, nice little bubble screen there. I believe that is Walker. And he basically had just three three leading blockers down that left sideline, picked up a first down and a good chunk afterwards, man. So 1st and 10, ball at all the way to the 43, and a gain of nearly 29 yards. Sam Darnold in the shotgun, quick throw to the left here, a little swing pass, and it's going to be good for about a yard. And that was Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jets going to smoke Dolphins this week in Miami. Man, that's a. If the Jets play like they did in Week 1 and Week 3, then yes. But if they play like they did in Week 2, I don't know. Dolphins were also looking good, pretty good last week. And it's going to be a handoff to Walker here. He's going to go backwards and get taken down for a loss here. A loss of about 2 or 3. Yeah, that run play just went nowhere from the beginning. Walker trying to save it to just trying to bounce it to the outside, but ended up losing more yardage. All right, we got 3rd and 10 coming up here. Darnold in the shotgun. 5 receiver set, 2 to the left. Quick throw to the right side. And that's going to be shy of the first down, but actually going to pick up an insane amount after getting hit, man. They were trying to wrap him up, but he just kept the legs churning and picked up about 4 extra yards. And it'll be 4th and 1 coming up for the Seahawks here. Yeah, he got met at the 48 of Seattle and was able to fight his way in basically to the 47 of Arizona, man. Woo! All right, man. Seattle going for it early on the fourth down. Darnold in the shotgun with a running back to his left. It's going to be a handoff, and it goes nowhere. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Heck of a job by the Arizona defense. David, if by smoke Miami you mean the Jets offense engulfed themselves in flames like a burnt out engine, then yes. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, Mike McDonald trying to be aggressive, trying to get something going for his offense early, and unfortunately it backfired on the Seattle Seahawks. And they're going to give this Arizona offense really good field position, basically near midfield here. Oh, boy. Wait 1 second here, guys. Dave, remove the NFL thing. It's a. Oh, I got you, bud. I got it. He has been banned here. He will not be coming back. There we go. Well, it's nice to know that we got. I'm getting close to getting bots now, man. That's a sign of success, right? That's hilarious. Yeah, we had one last week too. That was the first time I think I've ever had one of those in the chat. So. Thanks. I always see them on streams. Yeah, man. Yep. It's just the way of the internet nowadays, dude. But that's all right. They make it pretty easy to get rid of them, thankfully. David, that's how you know your channel is growing, when the bots think it's worth trying to spam. As long as they leave a like and subscribe. All right, 1st and 10. Murray in the shotgun, ball at the 48, and the ball is batted right at the line. Could have been picked off by Maffey there. Woo. I was saying he's getting too popular. No. That's all right. I was never popular in high school. I'm not going to be popular now. That's all right. 2nd and 10. Murray under pressure. Throws it deep down the field. Picked off by Seattle to the 40, 45, and hit. Bryant fumbles. He picked it off and got hit as he was trying to slide, and he fumbles the ball. This might have been recovered by Arizona. We might have had a double turnover on the same play. Interception and then a lost fumble. No official word yet. That was insane. And Arizona gets the ball back. Oh my God. Once again, I believe that's Kobe Bryant, number 8. He picks it off, and as he was trying to slide, he got hit by his own teammate, and the ball pops loose. Was never touched by Arizona Cardinal while he was on the ground. So that is a live ball that was recovered by Arizona after throwing a pick. Wow, man. You know why he fumbled? No spin move. No spin move on the pick. You have to spin move if you want to keep the ball. Rookie mistake, man. Rookie mistake. Wow. Dave, right? You're going to plan to do Bills next Sunday in Week 5. It depends. It depends if it's a Sunday night game, then yes. But I would have to double check. I don't want to say yes or no. I might be wrong. So, but from what I remember, Week 5, um, if it's a primetime game, we will definitely do it, my dude. David, I think he was down. Oh, but wanted touched. Yep. Yeah, I don't think he was touched by Arizona just yet. It is a Sunday night game. All right, yeah. Then we shall be doing that game, my dude, in Week 5 next week. That was one of the weirdest plays I think I've seen on the channel, man. We've had some weird ones for sure, but I don't think I've ever seen an overthrown pass that was picked off, returned by for like about 15 to 20 yards almost, and then as the player is trying to slide, gets hit by his own teammate's legs, fumbles the ball, and gives it back to the team that just threw the pick, all in the same play. That is wild. Let me see here. Get ready for next Monday night. Chiefs, Jags, Jacksonville. That should be. At first, I was really excited to see Jacksonville this season, but man, the last week they looked rough. The last couple of weeks, their offense has looked slightly off, and the call on the field will stand. It is a recovery by Arizona after Kyler Murray threw a pick. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 47 of Seattle. Once again, Arizona did recover the fumble. It's going to be a handoff, this one to the left, 40, and he bounces it out to the 35, and a first down run by Trey Benson. Gain of 12 on the carry, man. Yeah, that throw was to Marvin Harrison Jr., and it looks like he just stopped his route. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball to 35. Kyler in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking, rolling to his right, dumps it underneath. Benson breaking the tackle and will pick up about 5 yards on the catch and run. And we do have a late flag, though. Hopefully we don't need the. Hopefully we don't see too many flags today, man. Thankfully, for the most part, I think there's only been one game where it was a ridiculous amount of flags, and unfortunately, it was against the Packers. Yeah, thankfully on the channel we haven't had too many games decided by some flags here, but there was a face mask on Benson, so penalty on Seattle, and that will be an automatic 1st down and 15 yards. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 16. Arizona in shotgun. Oh, it's going to be a nice little end around to the right side. And Dortch able to get it just inside the 15. Gain of 2 down to the 14. The play was looking good, man. And so Kyler Murray took the snap, ran to the left as if he was kind of rolling out of the pocket, and then just pitched it to Dortch, who was running to the right sideline. Made a man miss, but unable to really get much after that. 2nd and 8, Murray in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left side, running back to his right. Murray over the middle finds, looks like Trey Benson, Trey McBride for a gain of about 3. Down to the 11. And Captain Mickey Mouse, Packers are off week 5. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And they honestly, at first when I saw the bye week at week 5, I was like, man, it's a little early. Packers need a bye week, man. They have a lot of guys banged up. All right. 3rd and 5, Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. Two receivers to that left side. Oh, there has to be a flag here. Yep, I think it's going to be on Arizona, man. I think the right guard moved a little early. Oh no, it was actually the right tackle. Would you be able to do 2 games? Yeah, we're going to be doing 2 games. 3 games on Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that Chiefs-Baltimore game, which is disappointing. That is the game I was hoping to do, but unfortunately, in my area, they're not showing it. 3rd and 9, over the middle. Dortch bouncing off a tackler and fighting for extra yardage, and we'll get it down just inside the 10. But unfortunately, not a first down, so 4th down coming up for Arizona. It looks like we're going to get our first points of the game here with a field goal. No, unfortunately, we're going to be doing Chicago and the Raiders on for that late afternoon game on Sunday, which, to be honest with you, if we can get some points on there, it should be pretty entertaining. 9 a.m. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that one either. I don't think I get the NFL. I don't think I get the NFL challenge here. Oh, there's a flag. And it's going to be on Arizona, so just moving the field goal 5 yards back here. There's about almost the entire referee crew is like in the middle of the field here. So we're a bit delayed here. I think they're just trying to get everything organized. There we go. Also, the Cardinals jerseys, man, their whole getup, they're looking good, man. Looking really solid. Snap, kick, and it is right down the middle, and we got our first points of the game, man. Arizona makes it 3-0 with 4:37 left in the first. Ref has to raise the roof. Raise the roof. There you go, man. That, to be honest with you, that's what the referees should be there for. Entertainment, man. Get the crowd going. These guys, unfortunately, man, they always want to make it about themselves. You know, stopping the play, have to talk. You know, they have to be the center of attention every time. You know, even when they're throwing stuff, it's a bright yellow flag. Come on, get over yourself. I tell you, man, these referees. Lights our first TD. That is correct. That is correct, my friend. Yeah, and don't worry, we do have a skunk rule for it as well. If we don't get a touchdown after the first two possessions, after the in the second half, then we just turn them on the lights. That's when they get the pity lights, and I get to complain verbally about these teams being terrible. It's going to be returned to the 15, to the 20, and down near the 22. Oh man, they're showing the basically the end of the season for Minnesota last year. Man, that was a rough 2 weeks for Sam Darnold. All right, Darnold under center here. Fakes the handoff, dumps it to the left side, and he will pick up a first down. That is number 19, Jake Bobo. Oh, sorry, no, 18. Oh, that is the rookie Elijah Arroyo. Oh, Arroyo, sorry. There we go. First and 10, ball at the 35. Darnold changing a few things here. Single back in the backfield, two receivers to the right side. It's going to be a toss to Walker to the left side. Gets away from a tackler and will pick up 10 yards and another Seattle first down, man. Walker actually was he lowered his shoulder to be able to break a tackle here, but he actually ended up taking down his own guy. I believe it was the left tackle Cross who was blocking for him, and when when Walker lowered his shoulder, he just knocked over his own guy. That was hilarious. Oh boy, we got another one. All right, we got Darnold in the shotgun handoff. Walker breaks it to the left to the 50, 45, 40, 35, and a first down in Arizona territory. Woo! Let's go. All right, we got Darnold under center here. First and 10, ball at the 35 of Arizona. Walker with another carry. And he's going to burst to the 30 and down near the 27, man. Kenneth Walker finally getting going. Second and 2, Darnold again under center. Play action. Has time. And is going to dump it down for an incomplete pass. The pressure coming from that right side. Got you, my dude. Thank you, thank you. We got third and 2 coming up here. 2:16 left in the first. Darnold alone in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left. Sends Walker in motion and nearly picked off, but it'll be a first down. And that is the former Ram with an incredible catch, man. That was a tight window. Woo! Cooper Kupp, man, going airborne on that one. But it's going to be another Seattle first down on this drive. They keep it going. First and 10, ball at the 16. Darnold under center. Looking, throws to the left. He's got a man. Touchdown, Seattle! Woo! We know what that means, baby. Let's go. Damn. Just a great route by the tight end, man. That was AJ Barner, 88. Woo. So it looked like he was gonna run a flat route to the left sideline, but then just kind of angled that as if he was running like a little corner route, basically. And the extra point is good, and Seattle, man, takes the lead with the first touchdown of the night, man. Sam Darnold just freaking dashing all up in here, man. Oh, hey. Merry Christmas, everybody. Christmas came early. Let's go. Bu- 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 bu. Captain Mickey Mouse. AJ Brown. He plays for the Eagles, my dude. All right, man. Dude, Seattle looked efficient on that drive, man. Everything was working for him. The running game was trying to get going with Walker and Sam Darnold. Runs once again, man. Safe with the ball. If it was there, he threw it right away. Did not wait for it. Great touch on that touchdown throw as well. Um, but when it's not there, man, just throw it away. Live to play the next down. Yeah, we're getting a healthy dose of Kenneth Walker, man. Is Zach Charbonnet healthy for this game? Let me double check. I know Charbonnet has had trouble staying on the field a good chunk of his career. Okay, so he is healthy. So we'll probably see him at some point in this game when Walker needs a breather. But right now, Walker is running well, man. Running hard. Kick is away. It's going to be caught right at the goal line. Return to the 10, to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 26. And that was Drake Young, number 83, the receiver, on the tackle. Heck of a job. Uh, yep, AJ Barner. That is correct, my dude. Yep. All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 26. McBride in motion. Single receiver to the right side, single back in the backfield, and Murray under center. Hands it off to Trey Benson. Cuts it up the field and will pick up about 3 or 4 yards down near the 29. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, we got Murray in the shotgun. Two backs in the backfield with him there. It's going to be play action, and he goes down for a sack back at the 20. Woo! Uh-oh. The Seattle defense, man, starting to get going. And that was Uchenna Nwosu with the sack, number 7. I might have butchered that name, but I sounded confident, so that's what counts. All right, we got 3rd and 15. 2 receivers on the right side, and looks like Seattle is going to call a timeout here. Ooh, 115 yards, man. Yeah, man. Seattle's been able to move the ball a little bit here. All right. We're back here, 3rd and 15. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. Single receiver on that right side as well. Murray has to run. He takes off, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the QB scramble, but nowhere near the first down. 4th and 11, and a punt coming up for Arizona. That is going to be the end of the first quarter here in Arizona, man. $115 yards and just 46 yards for Arizona, man. Yeah, it's looked like it, man. It has definitely looked like it. And obviously, a good chunk of those Arizona offensive yards came on the field goal drive where they got a little bit of help with some penalties on Seattle. And then obviously the pick / fumble actually got them into Seattle territory. Ooh, let's go, man. We got 5 people watching, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And if anybody's new here, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, and we're closing in on that number, man. We gotta do it. We got to do it. Boeing planes, they're actually made in Seattle at a place called Boeing Field. Huh. I feel like at some point I remember that they were a Seattle-based company, I think, or at least that's where they made them. But, huh, look at that, man. Captain Mickey Mouse always with the knowledge, man, especially with planes, my dude. I respect it. All right, looks like we're coming back here from the commercial break. Punt is away. And it looks like DeMarcus Lawrence, the former Dallas Cowboy, is being tended to by the medical staff. It's going to be returned across the 20 and taken down at the 25. There we go. Holy cow, man. Seattle is 4-8 at home. The 12th man, losing a little bit of the luster over the last couple seasons. Still a stadium you do not want to go in on the road with. Gotcha, my dude. Darnold under center, hands it off. This one, I believe, is Charbonnet, and he'll pick up some decent yardage. Gain of about 2 or 3. You know who Charbonnet reminds me of, man? And it's the helmet and the way he runs. He reminds me of, if you're a Packer fan, you might know this name, Ryan Grant. Another handoff to Charbonnet across the 30, down near the 34. And we do have a flag on the field. Came in a little after the play was almost over. It's actually going to be holding on Arizona here. All right, we got 14:05 in the second quarter. Darnold under center is going to toss it to the left. And Charbonnet trying to reverse field. Gets a spin move in there, but unfortunately will still lose about a yard or two. Oh. And we got an Arizona defensive player down on the ground. That is Mac Wilson, number 2. Spin move. Absolutely, David. Hey, man, we're getting some. We just need a pick 6. Yeah, it was a toss to the left. Charbonnet trying to kind of reverse field there. Does a little spin move. Basically saves an extra yard, but still going to lose a couple yards. Ooh. Ooh. Well, the good news is he is able to walk off the field, but it looked bad initially. It was almost non-contact. His feet kind of got tangled up with a Seattle player on the ground, and as he was trying to hop to get away from that, it looked like something might have pulled. 2nd and 12. Wilson under pressure, and he goes down for the first sack of the night for Seattle, man. Dude, that entire right side of that Seattle offense just collapsed, man. And of course, who is it but the ageless wonder himself, man, Calais Campbell. And also Baron Browning was there too, man. Number 5 there, the outside linebacker. All right, we got 3rd and 19. Ball at the 30. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Kenneth Walker trying to do everything he can, but he's only going to pick up about 3 yards. And we're going to see another punt here tonight. Did you say Wilson under pressure? Oh, my God. Sorry, man. As a person that grew up watching Russell Wilson in a Seattle jersey, it's almost second nature at this point. I still am not used to Wilson like being a Bronco, being anything else besides a Seattle Seahawk. So my apologies, guys. I meant Darnold under center and under pressure as well. All right, we got a punt here. Dortch making some guys miss across the 25 and down at the 28. Oh, let me see here. Sorry, Captain. Let me see. Paris Johnson Jr. got the holding flag. Oh, right on, right on. Let me see here. Yeah, number 70. There you go. Captain Mickey Mouse, man. Look at that. Yeah, Paris Johnson. I remember he was first round pick. Yep. Holy cow, sixth overall pick in 2023. Yeah, he was a guy that I think the Packers, when after they traded Rodgers, because they were able to move up a little bit in the draft, there was talks of them potentially drafting Paris Johnson because he was the kind of guy that you could either put him at tackle if you wanted to, because he was athletic enough to possibly play that, but he was definitely better suited at guard. So he was kind of a guy that could be almost anything. Um, but for Arizona, man, he's been pretty decent. Dude, Calais Campbell, man, that is a guy that has just been all over the league. So he was a second round pick back in 2008. Started his career in Arizona. Played there for almost a decade. Played in Jacksonville. Went to Baltimore. I remember him being in Baltimore specifically. Then he bounced around at Atlanta, Miami. Last year he was with Miami, and now he is back. Basically, he's back home. The guy is 39 years old, man. He just turned 39 in September. Playing one of the most physically demanding positions is just insane at that age. 40, nearly 40 years old, and he is still racking up sacks. All right, we got first and 10. Murray hands it off. Benson making a man miss, and he's going to pick up some decent yardage there. Gain of 8 down to the 35. Dude, this Trey Benson kid, man, he's got some light feet, man. He runs with power too, but he's a little bit of a shifty guy. Quick throw, and it'll be a miscommunication. Kyler Murray trying to get a quick snap going, throws it to the right side to Marvin Harrison Jr. But Marvin Harrison running basically a vertical route. Murray was thinking he was going to cut it to the sidelines and just, yeah, not on the same page. All right, we got third and 2, ball at the 35. Dortch in motion. Murray in the shotgun. Quick throw to the left, and we'll pick up a first down. That is Wilson with a nice catch. All right. First and 10, ball to 41. Takes the snap, dumps it underneath to Benson. He's going to fight his way near the 44, man. Was met basically at the line of scrimmage and like almost ducked underneath the defender to be able to pick up some yardage. Not on the same page. Could be because Murray was too short to challenge the page. Second and 7, quick throw, and the ball is batted at the line. Third and 7 coming up. Hey, man, leave Murray alone, okay, man? Us short guys, we try our best. That's David. That's foul, man. That's foul. I'm not gonna lie though. Like those matchup pin up pictures that I put like kind of before the games. I literally was almost gonna do it. I almost made Murray like little miniature, but I refrained. It would have been hilarious though. Third and 7. Ooh, miscommunication on the snap, but gets it out. Gets to Trey McBride, who makes a man miss and will pick up a first down. And that's a gain of 8 on 3rd and 7, man. Woo-hoo. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 49 of Seattle, man. Arizona already in Seattle territory. Takes a snap. Murray looking, throws to the right, wide open, and that is another big catch for Trey McBride, man. Yeah, Trey McBride, man, got a let me see here, 4-year extension worth $76 million, 43 guaranteed. And right now, the kid looks like he has been worth every darn penny. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 32. 5 receiver set. Murray in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Pumps, throws deep down the field. He has a man, and it'll go out of bounds. Woo. Trying to find Xavier Weaver down the right sidelines. All right, we got Murray in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right side. Pressure, dumps it underneath to Trey Benson, and unable to get positive yardage down to the 31. All right. Murray looking, finds Marvin Harrison, who drops the ball. It's picked off again. Jones keeps the ball, keeps it running, and he is going to pick up some huge yardage after the interception. Murray throwing it to Marvin, man. It hit him in the hands. He had it, and then just the ball somehow got loose, and it just fell into the hands of a Seattle defender, man. So for the second time tonight, Kyler Murray tries to target Marvin Harrison, and it gets picked off for the second time tonight. So close to getting a pick six. Got an interception. Hey, we'll take it, man. We're getting there, man. We're going to get a pick six on this channel this season, man. We have to. We have to. Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I'm reporting these things as quickly as I can. Also trying to get rid of them at the same time, too. But they're persistent. But yeah, man, that was yeah, I thought Marvin might have had the ball, and I thought it was gonna get I thought it got loose as he was trying to tuck it, but he just never really had control of that ball. That is rough, man. Like this is like once again, this kid had massive expectations coming into the NFL. Like obviously, this is it's basically the same name as his dad, man, who had one of the best careers from like what, like late '90s to like early 2000s and well into the 2010s. Uh, Hall of Fame wide receiver, plays the same position as his dad, has the same name as his dad, and obviously went to Ohio State, very big school, was a national stage almost his entire life in college. And the expectations of him coming into the league were massive. And it just has not been up to the expectations, man. Like, and they're right now they're highlighting the miscommunication, the miscues of when Marv Harrison is getting the ball thrown to him. And the kid's just gotta keep on practicing, man. Get to the playbook, get on the same page as your quarterback, and eventually these will become less and less. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 49 of Arizona. Darnold with the play action, throwing it deep down the field, and it's gonna be incomplete. Nearly hauled it in. Woo! Torrey Holton, man, almost had it. That would have been a great freaking catch. And like we said, man, Darnold, he likes to throw the ball down the field, man. He's going to take his shots. All right, 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right. Over the middle, finds. Is that. No, that's not Njigba. That is Jake Bobo, number 19, with a tough catch over the middle. Do you see the hide button? Click that. I do, but I do. We got a. Alrighty. Darnold under center here. It's going to be a handoff. Walker making a man miss in the backfield and will pick up about 3 to 4 yards across the 30 down to the 28. Jake Bobo Power Rangers. It's going to be a handoff to the left side, and Murray, my goodness, Kenneth Walker with a nice gain of about another 4 there. So 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 coming up. Oh, but we do have a flag. And the flags are coming in after the play. It's going to be taunting on Arizona, man. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's a tough one, man. After a pretty good run, set them up for decent field position on 3rd down. Okay, Walker throwing the ball to at the defender. That's what got him. Because at first they were just showing him pointing, and I was like, that shouldn't be a flag. But then he threw threw the ball at the defender. So yeah, 3rd and 18 coming up. Screen, and Charbonnet is going to lose about 4 yards. This Arizona defense, man, got a little bit of help with the penalty, but still, man, doing a dang good job. And the punt is away. This one going to probably go into the end zone, and it does. Yeah, man, just and the worst thing too about that 15-yard penalty that knocked him out of field goal range. Could have had at least 3 points there. And that's the thing too, man. Like when it's one of those where you gotta know the situation. You gotta know where you are on the field. Once again, easy. It's obvious. We know this, but man, when you're a player like that, man, you cannot make those big of mistakes when you're just on the verge of field goal range, especially when you have a third and short coming up. If that happened, on first down, back at your own, whatever, it's 15 yards. That's a big penalty, but you can potentially get that back. You'll get 3 plays to kind of get that play back. But dude, when it's a third down, man, you cannot make a mistake like that. You gotta keep your emotions in check. You gotta know that the ball is gonna be always being looked at. The referees need to know where that ball is at all times. You cannot use that as a way to kind of talk smack to the defenders, man, or the opposing team. Oh, heck yeah, man. Right on, right on. Oh, yeah. No, I know. I know the. After a while, these bots hopefully kind of slow down and go away. But it is what it is. Yeah, unfortunately, all we can do is report them, and that's what we'll do. No big issue. All right, we got first and 10, ball to 20. Murray in the shotgun, throws it outside to Dortch, makes a man miss, and will pick up about 3 yards on the catch and run. Nice little, it's almost like a little screen pass, swing pass to the right side there. All right, second and 6. Quick throw to the right side, and Trey McBride with another couple yards there. Gain of 3. Sets up a third and short for Arizona here. We got 5 minutes left in the second quarter here. All right, Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers spread out on that left side. Marvin Harrison Jr. alone to the right. McBride moving to the right side. Handoff up the middle, and it'll be about a yard shy of the first. 4th and 1 coming up. Fortunately, Arizona going to have to punt this one away. They are deep in their own territory. They did not want to risk going for it on 4th. Oh, the coverage team. Beautiful freaking job, man. Absolutely beautiful. Horton had literally nowhere to go, and he didn't fair catch it. I think he might have been stopped at the 10 or 11 yard line. But that was dang good, man. Great breakdown. Not just flying in there trying to light him up. I'll donate a shrimp from my leftover stir fry if Arizona would just throw a pick six. No, you can't do that to Arizona, man. That little shrimp is gonna. If it lands on Kyler Murray, they're gonna have to find a new quarterback for the year. Hey, let's not make fun of the short guys, all right, man? Darnold looking, pressured, rolling to his right, throws it down the right sideline, and it's caught. Holy cow, it is caught by Elijah Oreo, man, the tight end, rookie tight end. Let's see here. Second round pick in 2025. Yeah, man. Elijah Oreo, man. Holy cow. Fakes the toss. Darnold looking, has a lot of time. He's going to run. He's to the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, and slides down near the 34. In Arizona territory, Sam Darnold taking off and picking up big, big yardage with his legs. Woo! I bet you the Bills Stadium is close to being ready for the Bills on Sunday because they are ready for Sunday football. Hey, there we go. First and 10, ball at the 34. Toss to the right side. Charbonnet's got a blocker. He's to the 25 and down inside the 20. Down at the 19 officially. Woo! Charbonnet is looking fast now, man. All right, that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Seattle just driving down the field, knocking on the door of their second touchdown of the night. See if they can finish it off when we come back. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh, what the heck? Unbelievable. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we haven't gotten a whole lot of points here, but Seattle over 200 yards of total offense. Arizona less than 100, man. They have really been, I mean, obviously the points show that, but they've been struggling. Once they get near midfield, that's when that Seattle defense really begins to tighten up. And obviously the turnovers. That is not helping. Yeah, but for the most part, Seattle really has not been able to take advantage of the turnovers quite yet. But yeah, man, Sam has been efficient. 8 of 10, a buck 23 through the air, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker averaging just under 6 yards per carry, 8 for 46. All right, we're back here. 1st and 10, ball at the 19. Two receivers stacked up on that left side. Hand off to Charbonnet and Cooper Cup getting in the way. That'll be just a gain of 1 for Charbonnet. Tyler Bass, I have yet to hear anything quite yet. I think since he was put on IR, which I think he was, he's eligible to come back in week 5 because you have to spend 4 weeks on IR. All right, 2nd and 8. Darnold under center, play action, rolling to his left, pressures, fires, and hits his receiver in the hands, but it'll be incomplete. But we do have a flag in the secondary. Trying to get it to Arroyo in the end zone, and it's going to be on Arizona. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the penalty was on Buda Baker, man. He basically started tackling Arroyo before he even had the ball. Yeah, one of the best safeties in the NFL. Big mistake there. So 1st and goal right at the 1. Darnold under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. Nearly stumbles, and Arizona doing a heck of a job stopping that run. The ultimate unit. Yeah, dude, I was thinking, yeah. I know, man. I like the helmet design especially. I like the helmet, and I like there's like little specks on the jerseys, man. And that patch, dude, that Arizona state patch, pretty darn good. Yeah, Darnold had almost nearly got stepped on by his offensive lineman there, so that's why he was stumbling after taking the snap. It's going to be fakes the handoff, rolling to his left, and he cannot connect with his receiver. Once again, trying to find the rookie tight end, man. Arroyo. I think Sam Darnold has found his new favorite target here in Seattle. And Arizona did use a timeout before that last play there. All right, we got 3rd and goal once again at the 1. This started all because Buda Baker got a penalty for pass interference. Hand off to the left, and Charbonnet stays on his feet after getting hit and goes into the end zone. Got a little bit of help by his offensive lineman, but that is a touchdown for Seattle, man. Yeah, got oof. And that was Melton, the corner man, delivering a nice hit. Nearly stopped Charbonnet right at the line of scrimmage. But the second effort, with a little bit of help from his offensive lineman, and that's a Seattle freaking touchdown, man. Extra point is up, and it is good. Seattle making this a 2-possession game here with 101 left in the first half. Yeah, but to finish the thought, man, the Arizona alternate unis, I would not be too mad if they made those the permanent ones. Once again, I think the helmet design just freaking phenomenal, man. Like it has like a matte finish to it. Looks good. Captain Mickey Mouse, 11-point lead for Seattle. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Arizona's gotta get going here, man. They gotta correct what they need on offense, man, because they are gonna start losing some ground against this the Seattle team. And weirdly enough, because of those runs, Zach Charbonnet's average went down quite a bit, but he got in the end zone, so it's all that matters. Scoring touchdowns. Plenty of time for Murray to throw a pick six before the half. Darn right, man. We deserve one, in my opinion. I think we have been really good fans, and I think we deserve a pick six. All right, we got to get one. All right, the kick is away. Arizona picks it up at the 2, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and will be taken down at the 27, it looks like. Yeah, man, that was the big man, number 67, Cross, helping Charbonnet get into the end zone. All right, we got first and 10, 54 seconds left. Murray alone in the shotgun. Looks like a child back there. Throws it over the middle and nearly got picked off again. What the heck is he doing, dude? That was in triple coverage. Julian Love, man, the middle linebacker. Or actually, no, he's not a linebacker. Is he a safety? Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, dude, he had that, man. Julian Love, yep, free safety. Sorry, not middle linebacker. Literally went right through his hands. Second and 10. Murray takes the snap. Pressure, throws, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. I think that is the 5th time Harrison has been thrown a ball, and I think that's the 4th incomplete pass. Or pass that he did not get a chance to catch. Scooby-Doo Halloween toys are Burger King. Dave, they're so that the headless horseman. Third and 10. Ball at the 26. Murray, quick throw to Dortch. He's got some blockers. He's going to pick up the first down. And nice little run there. Nice catch and run by Dortch, picking up 11 yards and a first down. It looks like Arizona's going to have to use a timeout here, stopping the clock with about 38 seconds left. All right, 1st and 10, two receivers to the left side. Murray in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Pressure, and he goes down for a sack. Back at the 30. Clock continues to run. We'll see if We'll see if Arizona decides to use a timeout. Seattle does have 2 timeouts, so they could probably use one too. 2nd and 17. Murray looking. He's going to try to take off and run, and he slides after gaining about 4 yards. And I think that's going to be the final play of the half here. Clock continues to run. Arizona is going to be fine with that. Oh, no. They faked me out, man. Arizona finally uses a timeout here. They let about 4 or 5 seconds just roll off the clock. So we got 3rd and 13 here coming up. Now Seattle will use a timeout. Come on. I got you, buddy. I got you. I mean, we've seen Murray chuck basically a Hail Mary. It happened a couple of years ago to DeAndre Hopkins. I think he threw it, what was it, to the left side of the end zone? I think they were a little bit closer than this. I think they were around midfield when Murray chucked that ball. But, I mean, he can, if he has enough time, he could crow hop and just get it close. And that's not what's going to happen here. It's going to be a little bubble screen to the left, and it'll pick up about 3 yards. And that's going to take us to halftime here in Arizona. Seattle on top, 14-3. Really controlling most of the game at this point. Most of the second quarter, especially. They were able to pick off Kyler Murray twice in this game. Unfortunately, one of them, they basically fumbled it immediately on the return. But unfortunately, Arizona not being able to do much on offense. That was a dumb play call. Yeah, I mean at that point, I get it. Like, I guess you're giving yourself at least a slight chance to break something, but I don't know, man. To me, I would rather just chuck a Hail Mary, see if you can do that. Try to see if you can move the pocket a little bit. Or at least something more creative. Something that we saw, remember, like, what was it, Miami against the Patriots? Like, I think it might have been Tom Brady's, like, final season or second to final season there, man. Like, throw something to the sidelines, have somebody run behind them. I don't know, be creative, man. You got to have at least a crazy gadget play that tries to get you like almost like a lateral. Time for the injury report. Bow, bow. Well, I know DeMarcus Lawrence, he is questionable, I believe, to return to the game, which is not great for Seattle's pass rush. He's been pretty solid for them so far. Let's see here. Yeah, the inactives for Seattle were Mason Richmond, offensive lineman, Jared Ivey, the linebacker, Nick Collerup, the tight end, Connor O'Toole, the linebacker, Cody White, the wide receiver, and offensive lineman Josh Jones. Cardinals, Will Johnson, the corner, Zay Jones, the wide receiver, offensive lineman Will Hernandez, a big part of that offensive line, inactive. Dimitri Jacobs, the offensive lineman, Travis uh, Vokolik, the tight end, and Xavier Thomas, the linebacker, also inactive for this game. Looks like there's an injury update, so Demarcus Lawrence upgraded to doubtful to return to the game, so he is most likely done for the night. It looks like it's a thigh injury for Demarcus. Yeah, he also had some injuries when he was in Dallas as well, man. Good player, but had there's been a couple seasons where he's dealt with some just nagging injuries. And then let's look at this week what we're going to be doing on the channel here. And see here, I was thinking that YouTube did something about the bots because I don't see the. Yeah, most likely. You know, once we report them a couple times, I think the algorithm eventually just kind of did its thing. So, yeah. All right, so here are the games that I have lined up. I'm still trying to choose between some of these games here, or at least in between two of them that are in the same time slot. But as of right now, obviously we will be doing the Sunday night game, which is going to be Green Bay versus Dallas. Obviously, big storylines. Dallas's season is kind of hanging. I don't want to say in the balance because I feel like that's a little bit too dramatic for Week 4, but they're going to be missing CeeDee Lamb for the next 3 to 5 weeks. Their defense has looked pretty darn awful under Eberflus, and Matt Eberflus, not Mike, Matt Eberflus. And that offense at times has been rough to watch. Even though they can run the ball well with Cavante Williams, he's been pretty darn good for them. Dak is still kind of throwing the ball, but it doesn't seem to be getting the ball down the field effectively. He seems like the only two guys that he seems to be able to be relying on is Ferguson and Lamb, and unfortunately, Lamb is, like I said, going to be out for at least the next month. But we will be doing that Sunday night game. Obviously, Green Bay trying to shake off a tough loss against Cleveland, where that offense once again looked ugly, man. They have still yet to really get the running game going this season. I don't think Jacobs has gone over 100 yards. The protection for Jordan Love has gotten worse and worse each week. They've obviously been dealing with injuries. Zach Tom was lost last week. He was also dealing with an injury in week 1. Aaron Banks left last week with an injury as well, and the amount of times that they had to shift that offensive line around, and man, it was a rough game for Jordan Love and that Packers offense. But the good silver lining for the Packers is that defense, even though they lost, they only gave up 13 points, and what the touchdown that they gave up was when the Browns were able to get the ball basically at the 10-yard line or around the 10-yard line after Jordan Love throwing a really bad pick. So one of these teams is going to be able to bounce back on Sunday night, and who knows, man, that could give them some momentum. My money is on Green Bay. I think they're just more of a complete team right now. And then obviously we have the Monday night game, which is going to be the Bengals and the Broncos. That should be a really good matchup. Obviously, the Bengals are coming off an absolute disaster of a game against the Minnesota Vikings. They looked like a team that had lost their franchise quarterback um, because they were just awful, man. They gave up, 48 points against Minnesota while scoring just 10. And I think that touchdown came very late in the game. It was basically a garbage time TD. So hopefully they can bounce back and be a little bit more competitive against a really stout Broncos defense. And with the Broncos, once again, their defense has been okay, and they gave up 29 points against the Colts. But it seems like the Colts might be a real contender this year because they look incredible. But for that Broncos defense, they've looked good. The turnovers haven't always been there so far this season. They've gotten some, but nowhere near as frequently as they did in the past. But the real concern for the Broncos is the offense. The offense is far, far too consistent. There are some times where they look like a competent offense, and then there are times where it's like, what are they doing? Why would they make that throw? Why would they make that call? So we'll see what happens on Monday night. There's two Sunday night games. I think there's two Monday night games. The Broncos is at 7:15. It's the later game, I should say. And then I forget what the other game is on Monday night, but yeah, that one's going to be airing, I think, exclusively on ESPN. Then we'll go back to Sunday here. Sunday late afternoon is going to be Chicago versus the Raiders. That's going to be the 3 o'clock or late afternoon game that we'll be doing on Sunday. So look forward to that one. Once again, the offenses for both of these teams have been able to put up some decent numbers, but they're wildly, wildly inconsistent. I don't think either of these teams are Super Bowl contenders. Neither of these teams might be able to make the playoffs this year just because of the divisions that they play in. But hopefully they can give us an exciting game. Some of them have been, like I said, Chicago's coming off a big win over Dallas, where they might have put in the best performance in the Kyler Murray in the Williams era. And then for the Raiders, it's been a weird season. I still think that they're trying to figure out what they are on offense. Genti really has not been able to get going. I think they were expecting him to be a lot more impactful early on, and since it hasn't worked, they've put a little bit more on Geno Smith than what they expected, but also what I think Geno Smith is capable of with the talent that they have on that offense. You should try to watch a little bit of the Allen versus Saints. Once again, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that game in my area, man. Trust me, if I could get that game even a little bit, that would be the game that we'd be doing because I think that would be a really pretty interesting game, at least as a Buffalo Bills fan, if you were. But unfortunately, not going to be the case. Boo! Don't root for the Raiders. I can't root for the Bears, man. Dude. If I did that, they would steal my cheese head, man. I think I would have to turn that bad boy in. But the first game that would be on Sunday for me at least. I know there's a Sunday, really early Sunday game for Minnesota and the Steelers. Once again, not going to be able to get that one. But the first game that we will be doing is actually going to be one of these two. It's either going to be Washington versus Atlanta, or it's going to be Cleveland versus Detroit. I'm leaning more towards Cleveland and Detroit just because I think that game could be a little bit more competitive because of the defenses that are involved. I think with Arizona, especially if they cannot get Daniels back, there might be some limitations on that Washington offense. And then obviously we saw what Atlanta did, man. Last week they got shut out by arguably one of the worst teams in the NFL, and it wasn't even particularly close. They've also struggled to put up points on one of the games that we streamed. So I think I'm going to go Detroit and Cleveland. But let me know. If you really want to watch Washington versus Atlanta, I will do that game. But yeah. So those are the games to look forward to. Sunday, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Las Vegas, Packers and Cowboys to finish off Sunday. And then on Monday, we're going to do Bengals, Broncos. So yeah. So be prepared for that. And I will also do a post on Sunday morning as well. All right, baby. We are back. Third quarter. Let's go. Woo! All right. Arizona going to kick this one away. On the way. On the way. And Seattle picks it up around the 5 to the 15 to the 20, 25. Inside, past the 30, down to the 34, I think. It's a nice little return. Cover whichever game will have a pick six. Obvious. I should have known. That's why I have you, David. That's why you're the man. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Darnold under center, single back in the backfield. Play action. Looking. Sacked. Fumble! And it's recovered by Seattle, man. Oh, my goodness. Woo! What is up with these teams fumbling the ball and just recovering it? Come on. That was Josh Sweat, man, the former Philadelphia Eagle, with a sack from the left side. It's gonna be a toss to the left, and Jigba to the 35 to the 40, and we'll be very close to a first down. I think it's gonna be 3rd and about 2, maybe. Kim, if you're still watching, man, and Jigba got a nice little run there, so. Hopefully that's helping a little bit. He's had a little bit of a quiet day. I think he only has 1 catch. These glasses that Fred wears fit your head. We got 3rd and 1. Ball at the 43. Darnold rolling out to his left, and he finds his tight end for a first down across the 50. Woo! And that is A.J. Barner, man. First time we've seen him since he caught that touchdown down the to the left side of the end zone. And they're actually showing the coverage on Njigba, man. It has been just basically tied to the hip. Handoff up the middle. And Walker trying to bounce it to the outside and stiff arms a player down to the ground, but only picks up about 2 on the run. Walker better be careful, man. He had like 2 yards. Then he tried to bounce it outside by going backwards, and he almost got taken down for a loss. But able to kind of save that play just a little bit. And we got 2nd and 8 coming up here. Darnold in a shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side as well. Quick throw to the right. Gets it out to Barner with a nice gain will pick up about 6 yards, and it'll set up a 3rd and 2 coming up. And next week's going to be a good Thursday night football game. 49ers, Matthew. Oh, yeah. That should be another divisional game here in the NFC West. 49ers are undefeated right now, and obviously the Rams nearly were undefeated until they utterly collapsed in the fourth quarter against Philly. All right, Darnold under center here. Hands off to Charbonnet, and he will pick up the first. A nice gain of about 4 on 3rd and 2. And we're beginning to see a little bit more of Charbonnet here. And for the moms of America, that is Charbonnet, not Chardonnay. So don't get too excited, but if it gets you to watch football, why not? All right, play action. Darnold pressured, and he's going to be sacked back at the 40. Woo! And that was Darius Robinson, number 56, being able to get to Sam Darnold. Robinson, a former first-round pick in 2024 out of Missouri. (2018) first-round picks. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. Good picks, solid picks there. And then we got Josh Rosen. Lasted one season in Arizona. I remember Josh Rosen because he is the quarterback that got Mike McCarthy fired in Green Bay after the Packers lost to that Arizona team led by Josh Rosen. I think literally it was later that day, or it might have been the next day. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was very, very quick. The Green Bay Packers decided to release Mike McCarthy. That was a wild, wild one. Surprised the 49ers are doing so good without Purdy. I think so too, man. I always felt like Purdy is a darn good quarterback. I feel like he gets underappreciated at times, but I do feel like he's not at the elite echelon of quarterbacks. 2nd and 15 after the penalty here. Hands off to the left. Walker with some tough yardage picks up about 4 or 5, and that'll set up a 3rd and 10. They were showing the picks because of an injury. Yeah, an injury to the looks like an Arizona Cardinal. So, yeah, man. Hopefully the dude is okay. David, Stegosaurus, go Pack, go. Oh man, to be honest with you, man, I still disagree with firing Mike McCarthy mid-season. He won you a Super Bowl. You can move on from him after the end of the season because the Packers were not going to make the playoffs that year. Quick throw to the right side, gets it to Charbonnet, and he'll pick up some decent yardage, but well short of the first. Yeah, to me, I think despite the issues with Mike McCarthy, I think it was the right time to move on after that season. But I wish they would have given Mike McCarthy just a little bit more respect, man. The guy won you a Super Bowl, was one of the winningest coaches in that long, illustrious franchise. You had a lot of success with Mike McCarthy. I think he deserved a little bit more respect out the door. But it'll be a field goal here. Myers kicks it, and it is good. And the Seahawks continue to extend their lead. Now have a 14-point lead with 8:56 left in the third. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm trying to see who was the player that was hurt there. And that was Jordan Birch, the defensive lineman, I believe, for Arizona. There we go. Oh, actually, linebacker. My bad. I was trying to find this kid. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, a third round pick out of Oregon. All right, man. We are coming back here. We're gonna see what Arizona can do in the second half. Had a weird first half. A lot of turnovers, especially when they were throwing to Marvin Harrison, and it's gonna be caught at the 4, to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, and down to the 35 is where Kyler Murray and this Arizona offense will start this drive. Yep, and just of course, as I bring up Marvin Harrison, they're all showing. I was gonna say the highlights, but the lowlights of this young man's rough night. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Kyler Murray under center here, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that left side. Handoff to the right side. Trey Benson and only picks up about a yard and a half. Whoa. There we go. Thank you, my dude. 2nd and 8. Kyler Murray takes the snap, throws deep to the left, and not on the same page, but there's going to be a flag in the secondary. This one likely going to be on Seattle. It might have been on Woolen. Let me see here. Former Pats, Crouch, Khaleesi is coming back soon. Huh. Not gonna lie to you, man. I don't. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know who that is. It's gonna be a handoff and only picks up about a yard. Man, Benson has had a rough time trying to find running room. He started out pretty darn good, but I would say over his last like 5 or 6 carries have just not been getting much. All right. So we got 2nd and 10, ball at the 46. Kyler Murray in the pocket trying to run, and he will fall forward. I think they're going to say he picked up maybe a half a yard on that one, but there is a flag on the field. All right, we got 2nd and 17. Ball all the way back in Arizona's territory. Ball at the 44. Kyler looks, dumps it underneath to Benson, and he's only going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards down to about the 47. About the only thing that's good that is happening for Arizona, man, is those helmets are cold, man. I'm not gonna lie. If I had money to just buy anything, I'm not gonna lie, man. I would buy that Arizona Cardinals helmet. That bird looks real nice on the helmet. All right, we got 3rd and 14. Kyler in the shotgun, running back to his right. Rolling, throws it, and it'll be incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Cardinals. Even with that huge penalty early in the drive, man, giving them a big chunk of yardage. Just nothing there. I know Arizona technically has like a big reputation for having like a big population of old people, but every time they show the crowd, it's like 90-10 old people. DeMarcus Lawrence, yeah, he's out for the game, buddy. He is out for the game. And the ball is going to be fair caught at the 12, man. Seattle, if they can score here, I think that'll be enough to kind of put this game away. We got 6:26 left in the third. Whoo, we got 6 people watching, man. Let's freaking go. I appreciate you guys, especially on a Thursday night. I thank you, man. Please make sure if you're new to the channel, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're close to that number, man. We just need a little help. So if you're here and this is your first time, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me see here. Captain Mickey Mouse, Rob Gronkowski, search him, Dave. Oh, were you talking about Rob? Yeah, I know Rob Gronkowski, buddy. Um, I would be very surprised if he's coming back. I don't think that is the case. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he's working for Fox for their pregame show, like a Fox OT, kind of with like Kurt Metafeed and all those guys. I think he's part of that group. I would be very surprised if he is coming back. I if you mean he's coming back to be like honored in like the Hall of Fame, then that makes more sense. But as a player, I think he's done. He might be coming back for the thing, the thing. Okay. You're gonna have to let me know what the thing is, my dude. All right. First and 10. Darnold alone in the shotgun. Three receivers on that left side. Tosses it to Njigba, who's going to be taken down for a loss of one, man. Woo! Dude, who the heck was that, man? Number 13, that was Cottrell Clark, the corner, man. Second and 11, Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his left, takes a snap, throws to the right side, and that is going to be maybe a good for a yard. That was a Cooper Kupp with a nice little sideline catch. All right, not the best start here for Seattle. Playing a little bit safe. They are backed up in their own territory. All right, third and 10, ball at the 13. And Darnold pressure gets the ball out, and it'll be incomplete, trying to get it to Cooper Kupp. And that is Max Melton, man. Bo Melton, his brother. Yeah, was Max Melton, was he a second round pick? Yeah, second round pick, 43rd overall out of Rutgers, man. All right, punt is away. Goes out of bounds here. And they're spotting this one just ahead of the 35 for the Cardinals. Hey, Dave, do you think we will see a punt return for a touchdown in this game? I doubt it. I don't think it's going to happen tonight, man. I hope it does, but I don't think either of these teams have that kind of returner. Dortch is good. I think Arizona has a decent one in Dortch, but just the way that Seattle special teams have been playing, I'd be very surprised. But what I'm hoping for, get that pick six, man. It's gonna happen. Both of these quarterbacks have thrown some ugly balls in their careers. I'm hoping they give one to us tonight. I hope Keller Murray tries to throw a pass to Marvin Harrison for the third time tonight, and it gets picked off. And you know what they say about three times. Three times the charm, man. We gotta get a pick six. Yeah, man, the fact that we have not been able to get really much of anything from Arizona's freaking offense, man, is incredible to me. Like, you have the receivers, you have the quarterback that should be able to throw the ball deep down the field. Do we know when Purdy is returning, Dave? When he initially got hurt, the the report said he was going to be out at least, I think, 2 to 3 weeks. I think he's missed, what, 2 weeks now? So if he doesn't come back this week, I think they're going to wait until next week for sure. Probably just to be safe. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Kyler Murray in the shotgun, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Play action over the middle, finds McBride for a gain of about 3. So this is what Kyle Shanahan said. I think the toe is feeling better each day, and if that continues, he should be good on Sunday. Okay. So that was from the head coach. So as long as there isn't a setback or any stagnation in his progression, you will see Brock Purdy on the field this Sunday. 2nd and 6. Kyler looking, dumps it underneath to Benson. He's going to get the first down across the 50, down in Seattle territory to about the 49. Yeah, but Arizona has shown for the last 5 years that Murray is mediocre on average. Switch spark of greatness offset by 10 worthy plays, so I expect Arizona to disappoint. You're not wrong, my dude. You are not wrong. Murray throws to the left and connects with the 1st-round pick, Marvin Harrison Jr., with his first positive play since the first time he caught a pass tonight, which was early, very, very early in the first. All right, nice little toe tap catch towards the left sideline there. Purdy could be returning Sunday for the Jags in NFL. Let's go. Let's go. 1st and 10. Ball at the 32. Flea flicker, and it blows up in the Cardinals' face. They were trying to do what the Bears did, and even for the Bears, it barely freaking worked. I think I even said it during the Chicago game. I don't even think flea flickers work in Madden. They rarely ever work in the NFL in real life. Yeah, that was a sack by number 29, Job. And we were here to witness Job sack Kyler Murray. Play action, pressure immediately. Murray running to his left, and he's going to lose maybe half a yard. And that'll be 3rd and about 18 to go. The ball is around the 40, so if they can get some decent yardage on this next play, they should be able to pick up 3 points on the field goal attempt. SFO. Oh, okay. 3rd and 17. Fumble. No, it's going to be an incomplete pass. That was a forward pass. Murray trying to throw it to Dortch on that right side. And, I mean, there was nobody there. It was an easy catch. But Dortch was already kind of looking to where he was going to run before he really even secured the ball. So that was a rough sequence there. All right, this 57-yard field goal attempt, I don't have much faith, but we will see what this young man can do. Kick is up. It's straight enough. Holy cow, it's long enough. Wow. All right, man. With 1:39 left in the third, Arizona is able to cut into this Seattle lead. That is 17-6. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, when it comes to Kyler Murray, man, it's like the returns were great the first 2+ seasons. They were looking good. Obviously, he got injured, and ever since that injury, man, actually before that injury wasn't great, but ever since that injury, man, it just never seems like he's gotten back to where he was. Did Murray do the lines like Tom Brady? Right. Caught at the goal line to the 15, to the 10, to the 20, 20, and across the 30, down near the 33. Did Murray do the lines like Tom Brady? You're gonna have to let me know what that means, but all right. First and 10. Darnold in the shotgun hands it off to Walker, going to the left side, and will pick up about 4 yards on the carry. Oh, his face lines. Gotcha. Those little things. Um, I don't know. I think Murray has always had that. I think he even had that during college as well. But who knows? Tom Brady played forever, so who knows? Maybe Murray was inspired by Tom Brady to do that. But I think Murray's always been doing that for a while. So we got 2nd and 6 here. Darnold under center, fakes the handoff, pressure, and trying to get it to Smith and Jigba, unable to connect. Dude, it has been a quiet night for in Jigba, man. There's a joke in there, but I'm not gonna say it. We got 3rd and 6 here. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his left, single receiver to the left side as well. Throws to the left, and in Jigba with a first down catch along the left sideline, man. Woo! That must have felt good for him, man, because he when he caught the ball, he just kind of threw it on the ground with some attitude, man. He has had a frustrating night. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 42. Darnold under center, tight end in motion. Oh, well, there's a lot of motion there. Handoff up the middle. Walker going backwards to try to get some space, and he'll lose some big yardage down near the 41. All right, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Jordan caught the ball, Dave. No, buddy, he's a. Yeah, his Yeah, it's not Smith Jordan, my buddy. It's Smith and Jigba. Smith and then Njigba. It's number 11. I remember he was linked to Green Bay. Man, that was a player that a lot of Packer fans wanted. Green Bay the draft. Oh, apparently the halftime show for this game was Lil Jon. Hmm. I could go for some cheesecake right about now. Oof. Let's go, man. Preach, man. Preach. Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. The last time I had like a really great cheesecake, it was at a hotel. Um, this was a couple years ago. This is like 10 years ago, if not more. It was up in Green Bay. Actually, I was working a football youth camp, and the hotel had cheesecake. Like again, wasn't it like a super fancy hotel? It was just kind of like just like a regular looking hotel. Luckily, it was not really bad. Dude, their cheesecake was phenomenal. Also had free wine and free pizza almost every day that we were there. I don't know what. It's kind of special, but great. Darnold in the shotgun gets the ball out to the right side there. Cooper Cup picking up some decent yardage along the right side. Sam Darnold trying to get everybody to the line quickly here, man. Basically a no huddle offense. We got 3rd and 4, ball in Arizona territory at the 47. Darnold in the shotgun with a running back to his right. And we got 2 receivers on that left side. Takes the snap. Has a little bit of time. Pocket is collapsing. He runs to the right. And he's going to step out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage. There is a flag, though. Darnold is indicating it's on Arizona. And it's going to be holding on Arizona. Oh, jeez, yeah. Yeah, Cooper Kupp just getting mauled to the ground there. That was number 34, Jalen Thompson, who was kind of like putting his hands up. He's like, what? What? All right, we got Darnold under center here. Single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Play action. Dumps it underneath, and the ball goes in and out of the hands of Kenneth Walker. That'll set up a 2nd and 10. Ball at the 42. Dude, that was a rough drop there for Kenneth Walker. That thing nearly got picked off. That looked almost like the same thing that Marvin Harrison did when on that second interception. All right. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right, throws over the middle, And Njigba goes backwards, but luckily for him, he gets the first down. He was literally 2 yards ahead of the sticks and then decides to run backwards, lost about 3.5 yards, and nearly got tackled short of the first down. Like, seriously, man, receivers have to stop doing that, dude. Like, unless you have, like, some Tyreek speed, stop running backwards. just catch it and drop if you can't find any room. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Walker breaks the tackle and will fall forward across the 30 down near the 27. Pickup of about 4. Bam, 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 bam. All right, we got 2nd and 6 here. Ball at the 28. Darnold under center, hands it off up the middle. Kenneth Walker bounces it to the right side, 25-20, 15-10, and down around the 7. Kenneth Walker with his biggest run of the night, setting up a 1st and goal for Seattle. And the Seahawks on the verge of blowing this one open. The only speed Tyreek has these days is how fast he gets charged brought against him. Whew. All right, 1st and 10. Ball at the 8. Charbonnet with some nifty moves and makes a few guys miss into the end zone, but there is a flag on the field. Oh my God, dude, that is absolutely criminal that run is not going to result in a touchdown. The penalty on Smith and Jigba for holding. And from the looks of it, dude, I think Njigba might have been saying some real wild stuff to the referee, because as he was kind of pantomiming and saying what the penalty was, he was like looking at Njigba as he walked away. Like, that's one of those where, like, you ever talk, like, mumble after your parents kind of yell at you? They kind of give you that look of, like, not in public, man. Not in public. That was that right there. Yeah, there you go. They're bringing up the look. They're bringing up the look. Oh, yes. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. And there's an injured Cardinal on the ground. That was Jalen Thompson, number 34. The ghosts are out, man. The ghosts are out. But yeah, man, I recognize that look immediately, man. That was like a parent saying, like, hey, man, you're wilding out. You're doing it in public. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing yourself. Control yourself. And right now, they're still talking to him, and he's still talking smack. Oh, my goodness, dude. Dude, this kid's got to control himself a little bit, man. Relax. Like, yeah, you're not getting a bunch of passes thrown your way, but your team is winning. Got 1st and goal back at the 13-yard line. And it's going to be a run to the right, and it will pick up some decent yardage down near the 8. 2nd and goal coming up. So that basically picked up the penalty yardage that they got. All right. Darnold under center here, single receiver to the right side, and it's going to be a penalty before the snap here. It's going to be on the offense. See, man? That's why you don't talk smack to the referees, man. They're gonna start watching your team a little bit closer, man, and they're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, you gotta be best friends with the refs. All right, you gotta kiss their butt a little bit, here and there. They'll let you get away with some stuff every once in a while, all right? But once you start getting disrespectful, man, referees are human, man. They're still petty. They'll hold it against you. So 2nd and goal, all the way back at the 13 again. Handoff. Kenneth Walker with a bunch of spin moves tonight, and almost every single one of them has lost yardage, and this one is no different. Kenneth Walker needs to stop spinning. I can't believe I'm about to say that, but he needs to just stop. Stop spinning, because it's not working. You're losing yards. You're getting yourself all dizzy. Look at this. Spin move for no reason. And yeah, he lost about 2 yards on that one. I don't know what Kenneth Walker was doing. That was hilarious. Refs are friends, not food. All right, 3rd and goal back at around the 16. Quick throw to Cooper Kupp on the right side, and they'll pick up about 2.5 yards down to the 13. Seattle had a touchdown already, but a couple penalties, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal, man. Literally 3 penalties, 1 during the touchdown run, and then 2 more after that. Whew. All right. Jason Myers in to kick this one again, and this one is good. And that'll reestablish Seattle's 14-point lead. We have 9:33 left in the game, man. My goodness, man. You know what this game needs? More cowbell. And touchdowns, but if we're not going to get touchdowns, I take some cowbell. All right, let's look at who Seattle picked up here this past offseason. All right, so they picked up Sam Darnold. They picked up Shamir Jean-Charles, who is actually a former Green Bay Packer draft pick, man. Former 5th-round pick of Appalachian State, which is one of my favorite colleges to say. It just rolls off the tongue, man. Appalachian State. Got character, man. Some schools, man, may not have a rich program, but their name, it's got a lot of character. All right, let's see here. Who else? DeMarcus Lawrence, who unfortunately they just lost in this game. We'll see what happens. Oh, they actually signed MVS, but they released him, I think, during the final cuts. I think he's actually now with San Francisco. And yeah, there you go. 2-time Super Bowl champion Marquez Valdez-Scantling. All right, kick is away. Caught at the 8-yard line, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and down to the 27 is Knight. And that was oh my God, yes. That was number 20, Bam Knight. Talking about names. Kidding me? Bam Knight? Heck yeah. All right. All right, Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. Two receivers stacked up on that left side. Looking, has some time, and he will pick up about 2 or 3 yards with Marvin Harrison Jr. Hot dang, dude. Kyler Murray is 8-21 in the NFC West. That is rough. 5 receiver set. 3 to the left. Murray, pressure, breaks the pocket to the 35, to the 40, 45, 50, 45, and out across the 42 in Seattle territory, man. That was the best play so far that we've seen for Seattle in this entire game, honestly. All right, officially ball at the 41. Kyler looking, gonna run and slides after just picking up a yard down to the 40. All right, 2 receivers spread out to the right side. Kyler in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Handoff to Benson, and it goes nowhere. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for Arizona. And they're saying that he got a half a yard, so 3rd and 8. Single receiver to the right side. Murray in the shotgun. Over the middle, he finds Trey McBride down to the 30. Nice little first down connection there. Seems to be the only connection that is working for Arizona here tonight. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. Hand off to Benson. And he's going to be out across the 25, down near the 24. So actually decent run for the Cardinals here. Picks up about 5. Takes the snap in the shotgun, throws to the right, and trying to connect with number 89. And there's going to be a flag on Woolen, whose rough season continues, man. Looks like he has regressed in coverage. And that was trying to get it to Xavier Weaver, number 89. Yeah, Woolen just never puts 2 hands, grabs Weaver, and doesn't really turn around until the ball is well in the air. Almost, it basically was already there by the time he turned around, so not a great one. For AZ. Az? For Az? For Az. For Az. There we go. Kyler looking, pressured, and he goes down for a sack back at the 16. Woo-wee. And that was Uchenna Nwosu with another sack. I think that's his second one of the night. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers split out on that left side. Throws to the left, and Touchdown, Marvin Harrison Jr. Wow. Tight coverage, great throw, risky throw, but it was a great throw, great accuracy. And Marvin Harrison, man, after a really rough first half that didn't get significantly better in the third, but wasn't as bad, goes up there, fights for the ball, going up against one of the better corners in the league in Witherspoon. Damn. Arizona gets into the end zone for the first time tonight. Extra point is good as well. Woo! Let's go. And for the first time since I think midway through the second, it is a one possession game here in Arizona. Cardinals 13, Seattle 20. Do you think Trey McBride is related to Katrina McBride? Oh, Martina McBride. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. Well, Trey is a flat board, you know. Martine knee can technically go on a tray if somebody's serving it. So, I mean, I'm no detective or even Batman, but all the clues are pointing to that they are related somehow. See, this is what we get when it takes this long for Arizona to score a touchdown. Right? But that's my analysis on that, David. Let me know if you agree or disagree. No? Listen, man, I tried, okay? I tried. That's a little jump ball situation, man. It's good to see this kid having a good play after a really freaking rough start to the game. Swift kick, caught right at the goal line to the 10, to the 15, 20, and taken down at the 22. That's where Seattle's going to start here. A for effort, though. That's how I got my college degree, man. Professor's it's like, yeah, you wrote stuff for sure. I don't want to regrade this, so we're just gonna give you an A because I don't want you to have to redo this. So there you go. I'm like, there you go. You make it weird enough, they'll just give you higher grades. First and 10, Darnold pressured over the middle and tries to get it to number 18 there, but it will be incomplete. Once again, another target for Elijah. So we got 2nd and 10, ball at the 22, handoff up the middle, Walker fighting for some yardage, and we'll get it across the 25 down near the 26. pickoff of about 4. Darnold alone in the shotgun, and now Charbonnet motioning into the backfield. Darnold looks, throws deep to the right. He's got a man. First down. Smith and Jigba with a beautiful catch down the right sideline. Woo. Still has an attitude. Unbelievable, man. Still angry, man. Even as he was walking back after catching that incredible pass, he's just shaking his head in disgust. Somebody needs to give Njigba a hug, man. I feel like he needs a hug. He's too angry. He's a little too angry right now. And then Calais Campbell is slowly walking to the sidelines there. He looks like he might have picked up an injury. Yep. Looks like he's going into the blue tent. So we got 1st and 10. Darnold under center. Single back in the backfield. Jake Bobo in motion. Kenneth Walker unable to get anything on the left side. He reverses field to the right and will pick up about maybe a yard on that one. He didn't try to spin move, so positive yardage. The world needs more opportunities for free hugs and pizza. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The world would be a significantly better place if we got some extra opportunities for some free pizza and hugs. Hugs are underrated. Just make sure you use deodorant, people. Okay. All right, we got Darnold under center, fullback, running back. Kenneth Walker with another carry, and this one goes nowhere. Stopped right at the line. May have lost half a yard. So 3rd and long coming up for Seattle. So they're already in field goal range here. They just have to be smart about this. All right. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Handoff. Charbonnet picking up about 2 yards. Could have had a little bit more, but was trying to got a little greedy, trying to bounce it out to the outside. I think if he would just put his head down, cut it inside, I think he would have picked up an extra 2 or 3 yards, maybe. But that was a heck of a tackle, though. All right, so this would be a roughly, I think, a 52-yarder for Myers. He's made the one from. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of the kicker for Arizona. He made a 57-yarder. So, but Myers has a pretty decent leg. So, snap, kick. Nope, it was long enough, but not accurate enough. Wide left. Woo! Did I seriously never move the ball? Unbelievable. Yeah, that thing never looked like it was going to be going in. I love the cutaways to Njigba, man, because he's always so just over it right now. When Myers missed that one, he just like was like, Jesus. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 43. Arizona in great field position after the missed Seattle kick. Dumps it underneath to his running back. I don't think this is Benson, is it? No, this is DeMarcado with a nice little catch and run down the left sideline, picking up about 4, maybe 5 on the carry. That was a mirrored Bills kick. And even when they're not playing, the Bills fans just can't escape wide left, huh? All right, 2nd and 4, ball at the 49. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right, throws to the left, and holy cow, man, that is an insane catch if that is in bounds. They're saying out of bounds. Michael Wilson. You see here, 1. That left foot just could not get down. Unfortunately, he got 1 foot in bounds, and then the hand touched out of bounds. Great freaking attempt, though. Great grab. Just not a catch. 3rd and 4. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers split out to the right side. Gets it out to McBride, but it'll be incomplete. Witherspoon with great freaking defense there, man. Attacking the ball, batting it away, and forcing a 4th and 4. All right, so right now, Arizona's offense is staying on the field. They are near midfield, so you never know if this is one of those where they're just trying to get the defense to jump off sides. And timeout here. Seattle. All right, so we got 3:01 left in the game. David, I want a pick 6 here. I think timeouts have been taken by both teams. That is correct. I did miss a Cardinals timeout, I think, on the previous drive. So that was on me. My bad. But it should be accurate now. 2-2. All right, Murray in the shotgun. This is probably going to be the game here. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Quick throw and caught. Somehow caught by Michael Wilson one-handed. I think instinctually he just put that arm up there because I don't think he saw the ball until like the very last second, man. Whoo! 1st and 10. Handoff. Bouncing it to the outside, to the 40, and down to the 38 is DeMarcado. Less than 2:30 left in the game. Trying to get a play off before the 2-minute warning. Pressure. And down goes Kyler Murray. Just throw it away, man. What are you doing? And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here. 3rd and 9 when we come back. So not a great sack to take. I don't understand why he just didn't throw it away. I get it. You're fast, man. You can run the ball. Where are you, Dahlia? Come experience the craziness with us. I think Dahlia sensed the craziness was coming, and she's like, "I'm gonna just head out." But yeah, dude. Yeah, man. The way Kyler Murray has just kind of held onto the ball a little bit too much. I think some of these sacks have been able to be avoided if he just throws it away. Like I get it, man. Like he like his ability to break and run is a big weapon, but you gotta pick and choose when you're doing that, man. Because like at this point, you've been scouted. You've been in the league for far too long. They know your tendencies. They know what you like to do, and they're gearing up for that. They know. And like this Seattle team is pretty darn good, man. It is not a bad defense. Like I said, they're in the top half of the NFL. They had a rough week 1, which I think is dragging down that ranking. But I think by the end of it, Seattle's defense is going to be one of the better defenses in the NFL. I think they're a borderline top 10. I think the only thing that's really holding them back right now is the secondary. I think you're seeing Woolen kind of regress in coverage, and some of their safeties are not always as consistent as you would want them to be. But they're a good defense. Their front seven is darn good. All right, we got 3rd and 9, ball at the 45 of Seattle. Arizona has 2 timeouts left. Single receiver to the right side. Quick throw. Dortch has a lead blocker to the 35 and down near the 30. First down, Arizona, man. Woo. That was a good play. Basically was like a receiver, like a bubble screen, but instead of staying and going towards the sidelines, Dortch kind of ran inside and then just took it vertically. 1st and 10, Murray throws to the right side, and he will pick up about 5 yards of his Marvin Harrison Jr. with a nice catch and run along the right sideline. We got 121 left in the game. Murray in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Murray looking, throws to the right, and incomplete, trying to get it to Trey McBride. Luckily for Murray, that ball was overthrown, because if that ball was about 4 or 5 yards lower, it would have been picked off. McBride was nowhere near in position for that ball. Julian Love nearly got to that one. You know what they say, man? That's the power of love. All right, we got 3rd and 5. Murray yelling at his sidelines. And they will have to burn the second time out here. We still got a minute 16 left in the game. 3rd and 5. All right, we got Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Looking to that left side, Marvin Harrison Jr. with an incredible catch along the left sideline and down at the 7. First and 10, first and goal for Arizona. Woo. Now the question is, if you do get a touchdown here, do you go for 2 and try to get the win, or do you go and play for overtime? All right. Shotgun running back to his left. We got 2 receivers on that right side. Seattle showing pressure, and Arizona tries to run the ball, and it'll be stopped right at the line. DeMarcado stopped there. I think Arizona's going to have to use their final timeout here to stop the clock at 33 seconds. Actually, no. It is Seattle using their second. It's a weird time to use that. Unless you feel like your defense needed the rest, I say you let Arizona use their timeouts before you start using yours. Yeah, Marvin Harrison, 1 catch for 8 yards in the first half, along with 2 interceptions while he was being targeted. Second half, 5 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. All right, Murray in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Murray looking, dumps it underneath. DeMarcado, touchdown! Arizona! Let's freaking go, man. All right, man, we are an extra point away from the tie or a 2-point conversion away from a win. Woo! From the looks of it, it looks like Arizona is just going to be happy with a tie. Dude, imagine if they missed this extra point. That'd be hilarious. Nope, it is good. I tried, David. I tried, right? I tried, man. And just like that, man, Arizona, who had struggled almost the entire game, basically the first 3 quarters, to try to get into the end zone and have been able to do it here in the 4th. They were down 20-6 at one point, and they have come back to tie the game at 20 all. Whew. Seahawks are charging it away. I mean, ever since Smith and Jigba, ever since he started talking smack to the referees, that momentum changed. That momentum was changing. Kicks this one away, and so it landed short of the landing zone. So Seattle is going to get the ball. Oh my God, dude. It landed at the just inside the 21. Half a yard shy. So that means Seattle, with 28 seconds left, are going to get the ball at the 40. And they have 1 timeout left. So realistically, they need 15 to 20 yards to kick a game-winning field goal here. First and 10, Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver to that left side as well. Darnold looking, running, throws to the right, and incomplete. Second and 10, 23 seconds left. LOL, as his kicker had one job. Just one job. All right, Sam Darnold, shotgun, running back to his left. Two receivers stacked up on that right side. Pressure, throws to the left. Smith-Njigba inside the 40. He might have gotten out of bounds. The clock is continuing to run. I don't think they're going to have enough time. They're going to have to use their timeout here. There we go. Clock is stopped, but they got the ball at the 38. This is a 55 to 56 yard field goal. And that was Njigba working on the rookie Max Melton. Oh boy, man. The mistake by the kicker might have just cost Arizona a chance at a win here, I should say. But they're actually checking to see if Njigba was able to get the ball out of bounds. He did lunge for it, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's see what he got. Also, this is a terrible ankle that they're showing. We need to see his knees, man. So I think he got out of bounds. So the clock should... So the clock should stop, and Seattle should be able to get their timeout back, which is what looks like is going to happen now. So we got 18 seconds left. Arizona still has their timeout. They just got a huge, huge play. You got 18 seconds left. I think you try to throw the ball here. And then if you can't get it, then you settle for a run, maybe get an extra yard or 2 or 3 and see what you can do. Arizona going to use their final timeout here. Once again, if you're just joining us, Arizona scored 14 unanswered points to be able to tie this up at 20. They were down 20-6 at one point. And then with less than 30 seconds left, tied it up. But then on the kickoff, their kicker was half a yard shy of getting the ball in the landing zone. And when he didn't do that, Seattle got the ball at their own 40. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Charbonnet spins out of a tackle and is able to pick up about 3.5 yards. And once again, Seattle got the ball at the 40. Then a nice, great back shoulder throw to Njigba. He was able to get it out of bounds by reaching out of bounds to the 38 of Arizona. And then you just saw Seattle able to get an extra couple yards here to make this a more manageable kick for Jason Myers. Potentially going to be able to win this one for Seattle. Bang. All right, let's see what happens, man. Arizona in to kick this one. 4 seconds left. Snap, hold, kick. Myers missed one earlier, and he makes it. Game winner here in Arizona for Seattle. They move on to 3-1, and the Arizona Cardinals, for the second consecutive week, will lose on a last-second field goal. Also, Sam Darnold needs to shave that neck hair, dog. What is going on there? Jesus. You're a starting quarterback in the NFL and you can't get a good cut? Come on, my dude. Somebody get Darnold a nice little fade, all right? Oof. Looking like the Wolfman back there. Jesus. Anyways, sorry, that was distracting. Woo! Seriously, man, Arizona is two bad field goals away from potentially could have been, I should say, could have been two bad field goals away from being 4-0. Again, San Francisco last second field goal to beat Arizona. Now this week, another last second field goal for Arizona to lose. Both of them against division rivals as well. Absolutely wild finish here, man. I bet the NFL was loving the last couple minutes of this game, man, because it was looking like Arizona was gonna win this one with a blowout when it got to 20-6, man. But lucky for the NFL and Roger Goodell, Kyler Murray was able to engineer a couple good drives, get a couple touchdowns to make this one close at the end. But Arizona able to pull this one out. Hot dang. All right. Let's look at the final numbers. Final numbers here. David, yay, I got my pick correct. Did you have any fantasy people involved in these? Oh, yeah. Actually, I probably should look. I don't think so. I don't think I have anybody on either of these teams. But let me double check. No. And to be honest with you, kind of happy I don't, man, because this game was a rough one for some of these players actually. So let me see. Marvin Harrison actually finished with a decent stat line: 6 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Smith and Jigba 4 for 79. So not a great game by him, but it could have been a lot worse based on the first half. Let's see here. Sam Darnold, 18 of 26, 242, and a touchdown through the air. Kenneth Walker, 19 for 81. Zach Charbonnet, 12 for 39, and the touchdown. Elijah finished with 244. We got AJ Barner with 3 for 32. He did score the touchdown. Walker 1 for 29, and Cooper finished with a decent 4 for 26. So not too bad. A couple sacks. Ernest Jones got a sack. Uh, Uchenna Owusu finished with 2. Leonard Williams got a sack, and then Drake Thomas also with a sack. So Seattle, man, some decent numbers defensively. And then you also had Josh Jobe and Devin Smith with each half a sack. Kobe Bryant got the sack, but they also fumbled on the return. And then Ernest Jones also had a pick along with his sack. So yeah, man, Seattle's defense ate tonight, man. Kyler Murray, 27 of 41, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also threw 2 picks. One of them was definitely not his fault. It hit his receiver literally right in the hands, and the receiver just bobbled it, and then it landed into the hands of a Seattle defender. So Kyler Murray finished as the leading rusher, which is usually not a good thing if your quarterback is your leading rusher. 5 for 41. Trey Benson, 8 for 35. And Emery DiMarcado only had 2 for 8, but he was able to catch 2 passes for 13 yards and the game tying field goal towards the end here. Trey McBride, 752. Greg Dortch, 4 for 35. And then Trey Benson, 5 for 19. There was 3 sacks for Arizona, one by Calais Campbell, the 39-year-old veteran dog, still racking up sacks. Darius Robinson with a sack, and then Josh Sweat also with a sack. So a pretty decent night for the defenses, man. There was almost 10 sacks in this game, a couple turnovers, a couple fumbles as well. So yeah, it was an interesting night. Unfortunately, Arizona was about to force overtime, but then their kicker the ball landed literally half a yard shy of the landing zone. That gave Arizona a chance with great field position, and they took advantage of it, got into field goal range, and kicked the game-winning field goal from 52 yards out. David Stegosaurus, 0 picks, 6s. So officially the game was a letdown. You know what, dude? You're 100%. If I'm the NFL, both of these teams should receive losses. Extra losses. Arizona should be 3-2, and the Cardinals should drop to 2-3. And I know what you're thinking. Doesn't that mean that by the end of the season they will have 18 games played? Don't worry about it. But yeah, no. No pick sixes, man. We have a lot of we got a lot of spin moves. Kenneth Murray gave us almost half a season's worth of spin moves, to be honest with you. None of them worked for him. I think he lost yardage on every single play that he did a spin move in. Yeah, it was not good for Kenneth Murray when he was trying to spin. Spin moves that result in a loss of yardage is like going to see a lady in a bathing suit, but she's 80 years old. What's wrong with 80 years old women in bikinis, man? Huh? You ever seen Helen Mirren in a bikini? Actually, neither have I. But I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I just pictured it. Come on, David. You can't be saying things like that, man. This brain is just going to go off. Ah, dang, man. Pretty dang good game, man. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was going to be a blowout win for Seattle, but Arizona made it close. I think if they would have played like this earlier in the game, I think Arizona would have been able to come away with a win. They just turned on the Jets, turned on the furnace a little too late, man. Obviously, a mistake there by the kicker, but I mean, that should not be the takeaway here. Like, this team made plenty of mistakes. Obviously, the turnovers, the inefficient play calling early in the game, the lack of running game. To be honest with you, was also a big part of why Arizona just could not put up points early in the game. They put up 6 points in the first 3 quarters. They more than doubled that in the fourth quarter alone. So, another couple drives to get in a field goal range or at least a touchdown in the first half could have changed the whole complexion of the game. But if you're Seattle, you're not too happy about giving up 17 points in the second half here, including 14 in the fourth. The defense really struggled to slow down the running game of Seattle and that final drive because they were a little bit efficient, and also they just weren't able to get to Kyler Murray as efficiently as they were earlier in the game. And Marvin Harrison Jr., tough start to the game, but finished strong. Touchdown catch. Arizona didn't kick the tires and light the fire soon enough. Let's go. I like that. Kick the tires and light the fire. Dude, that catch by Wilson on that final drive, like Murray just threw that one without his receiver really knowing that the ball was coming. And just as Michael was like turning his head, I think he caught the ball literally at the corner of his eye, and then just instinctively just try to put his hand up there to try to stop the ball from, or try to at least try to bat the ball down to himself, and that's exactly what he did. Freaking great job. Yeah, man. We had some really good plays down the stretch here, man. I think the second half was definitely a lot better, a little bit more exciting. Weirdly enough, Seattle did not score a single touchdown in the second half. They scored 2 to start the game and then just 3 field goals in the second half. So yeah, it was a game of 2 different halves for each of these teams, but Seattle just doing just enough early to avoid a big letdown here in Arizona. All right, let's look ahead for each of these teams. Seattle is going to head over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or actually, Seattle is going to be at home actually for that game. So that should be an interesting one. I think the Buccaneers will be favored in that one. There's going to be 2 really solid defenses against 2 offenses that can put up points. After that, Seattle travels to Jacksonville to go up against the Jags there. That one, Seattle should be favored to win, but we'll see. And then they go to the Houston Texans after that game. So once again, Seattle could easily go 3-0. If they can play to their potential, they could challenge Tampa Bay, and they should be able to beat the Texans and the Jags. So the worst I see Seattle going is 2-1. The best I can see them going over the next 3 games is 3-0. And then after the Texans game, I think it looks like they have a bye because their next game is not until November against the Commanders. So that should be a really good matchup as well. All right. Arizona, let's look at their next couple weeks here. After this game, they go against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. So that should be a pretty solid game. They should be able to bounce back against one of the worst teams in the NFL. But then they have to go up the next week. They have to go up against the Indianapolis Colts, who are one of the best teams so far through 3 weeks. And then it does not get any easier as they go up against Green Bay on October 19th. So Yeah, man. Arizona better be able to win against Tennessee because I do not see them winning against the next two. Let me see here. It's okay, Arizona. We're supposed to lose, so my picks would be correct. Oh, of course. It was already written, my dude. You are correct. Maybe next week. Nope. Lose to the Titans, please. you had them. You had the Titans beating the Cardinals. All right, man. You got a lot more faith in the Titans than I think even the Titans have faith in themselves. But yeah, man, Arizona. I could easily see Arizona going 1-2 over the next three games, and if they do not get ready to play against the Titans, they could easily go 0-3. And by that point, the season would start to kind of slowly get away from them. After that, they go up against the Cowboys on November 3rd. So that's a game that could go up in the air depending on how the Cowboys are doing. By that time, Lamb should be back healthy, but we'll see. And then after that, then they go up against Seattle again on November 9th. So yeah, man, this Arizona team better really start to get that offense going, man. They got to figure it out. That defense is not too bad, but for sure that offense needs to play at a higher level, man. Otherwise, it's just going to be an ugly season, I think, for Arizona. So, yeah. So those are my thoughts on Arizona for this game and Seattle for this game, and also for the next couple games. We'll see what these guys can do. I think these are teams that are kind of heading in potentially different directions. I think Arizona is going to be struggling to get wins if they don't somehow improve offensively, especially. They need to get the running game going. I know they lost James Conner, but they got to find a running back that can help out Kyler Murray. And then on top of that, Marvin Harrison Jr., who looked like he was getting on track for this game, needs to start like that at the beginning of the game and be the reliable target that the Arizona Cardinals drafted him to be. And then for Seattle, to me, they're in a division that is so up in the air. One week it looks like the Rams are going to be able to run away with it. Then the next week it's Seattle. Then some weeks it's even Arizona or San Francisco. Yeah, each of these teams, like especially Arizona, they could have easily been undefeated heading into this week. San Francisco is undefeated, and same thing with the Rams. They were one blocked, or at least two blocked kicks away from being undefeated against the Philadelphia Eagles. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a 2 to 3 team race in the NFC West, and I think Seattle is going to be one of those teams. They just look like a team that is just going to be good enough on each side of the ball. Offensively, I think they can put up points. They have all the weapons. Sam Darnold, when he's playing well, is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. And their defense, like look at what they did today. A bunch of turnovers, a bunch of sacks. Typically, that is going to be able to get you a lot more than just a 3-point win. But again, we need to see Seattle do this consistently on offense to be able to pair up with that really good defense that they have over there. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. I'm going to try to finish up a few things here, but let me know what you think of these teams. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. I'd be happy to be rated just good enough. Hey, man, you're always going to be good enough for me, man. But I think of the teams in the NFC West, I think San Francisco's offense is just beat to poop right now. But typically they're pretty efficient when Brock Purdy's there. Christian McCaffrey is obviously a good running back, really damn good running back actually. But who knows what's going to happen with that defense for the 49ers because they are going to be without Nick Bosa for the rest of the year. He tore his ACL last week. So, an unfortunate injury to a guy that has been just dealing with injuries for most of his career. Um, who knows, man? San Francisco, that defense has not been as formidable as it's been in the past, and now they lose arguably their best player, um, or at least for sure their best pass rusher. So that has to have an effect, and we'll see what they look like over the next couple of weeks as they try to replace Bosa. Trying to think here who else. The Rams. The Rams have have the right quarterback, even though he's getting a little bit older. They have weapons. They have a good running game in Kyron Williams, obviously Puka Nakua, all those guys that just are able to catch balls and make guys miss and just make plays after they catch the ball. And then that defense, while the secondary for the Rams is not as good as the front seven by any means, it's still something that I think they can kind of work around. And that front seven is going to need to be able to do a lot of the heavy lifting for the Rams, but they are as good as any front seven in the NFL when they are on, man. They have so many darn young weapons on that defensive line. It's insane. So, yeah, like those are the three teams, man. Like 49ers, Rams, Seattle. I think Arizona is just going to be the odd man out in the race, but who knows? They could turn things on. They have Calais Campbell, man. Who knows? He could have a great season at 39, and he could just keep going. So, yeah. Yep. But once again, I'm going to try to wrap up things here in a few seconds. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with me on the NFC West as a whole, or who do you think is going to win this division? Who do you think is going to be basically taking the crown here in the West? And I do not know what is going on with my voice here, man. It has been. I don't think I drank enough water today. So make sure you drink your water, all right? Stay hydrated. Do not be like me. I will not sound this rough on Sunday, I promise. All right. That's going to be it for me tonight, man. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that showed up, man. We had Cam. He was in here early, man. Hopefully JSN got you some decent points. Hopefully it wasn't too bad of a game for you. Captain Mickey Mouse was here early as well. Dahlia popped in here for a bit. And then, of course, David Stegosaurus here from the very beginning all the way to the end, man. I appreciate you, brother. Always uplifting me with your jokes. And then keeping me on a swivel as well, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, man. That's going to be it for me. I will see you guys for 3 games on Sunday, man. Starting with, my goodness. Don't look at me. Don't look at the man pulling the levers. It's going to be likely going to be Cleveland and Detroit. That's what we're going to start out with on Sunday. And then obviously going to go into the pack, going into Chicago Raiders, and finishing off Sunday with the Packers and the Cowboys, man. Heck of a game. College football predictions. Subwoofer King, what's going on, dude? To be honest with you, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a whole lot of predictions of college, man. I don't pay attention too much, so I do apologize. But I will try to have opinions on Sunday. I will try to have some opinions, at least for my Wisconsin Badgers. I will have some opinions. I don't know if they play this week, actually, but yeah. Subwoofer King, I appreciate you popping in here, man. I'm sorry. Alabama loses, and Texas A&M wins. Those are my predictions. Are they informed at all? No, not at all. But if I'm right, I knew it all along. And if I didn't, it was a guess. College predictions. Lesser Ohio College of Crybabies remains pretentious. Wait, which is the Lesser Ohio? OHIO. Yeah, I don't know. I think at some point it won't be this season. Definitely not going to be this season. There's that's a little too much for the channel, man. Um, but yeah, man, it's college is a whole thing, man. There's just so many teams, so many games, and it's tough to be consistent, especially if you're doing like live streaming. That's kind of why I haven't really touched on it, even though there's been times I really want to. I think last year I almost live streamed the Badgers Penn State game, but it just I would have been just pretending to know a lot about any of these programs, and I think especially with college football, you really need to know your stuff, man, because there's the teams are so much bigger. The coaches are so much of a part of the character of the program, and on top of that, there's just a massive cycle of players that just kind of go in and out. So it'll be tougher. I think if this channel ever really takes off and it could be my full time job, which I'm hoping it does, man, because I love this stuff. If that ever does happen, there shouldn't be a reason why I can't add, maybe a college football game, once once a month or maybe once every 2 weeks, especially if it's a good matchup. So, but yeah, so yeah, but yeah, my predictions: Alabama's gonna lose and Texas A&M is gonna win. So, yeah, man. All right, guys. Thank you so damn much, man. It was a good Thursday, man. We're gonna get started. We're gonna keep it going. We got 3 games on Sunday and 1 on Monday. So I hope you guys will be there, and let's keep it going, dude. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.